What is the inner child? What is the meaning of this?
So the inner child is basically the younger versions of all of us, right?
Hmm.
Like you might be 32 today. So your inner child, in my opinion, is already the person that you were when you were 30. And there might have been something happening that made you feel a certain way and you never expressed it, right?
Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to talk about the inner child. It is a beautiful topic, and we are going to talk about a lot of details, and we are going to deep down into this topic. And I haven't created any like videos in that particular topic in this channel. So today we are going to discover a lot of things, going to get a lot of knowledge, and make sure to watch this podcast till the end. And today we have a very special guest with us, Caroline. So, Caroline, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. I'm so excited to being here and talking to you.
I'm very excited to talk to you too because today the topic is amazing. Like, we are going to talk about this topic. So, I'm feeling very excited. So, before that, like the audience want to know more about you. So, can you please give us a short introduction of yours?
Yeah, so I am a hypnotherapist, and that's how I work with the inner child. Inner child work I do as a hypnotherapist. So that's our main topic today. And I also have a background in medicine. I was trained to be a medical doctor,
Yeah.
and I'm always into the psychological, emotional part of healing, and that's what brought me to hypnotherapist. To
Okay.
hypnotherapy,
Okay. So, from how long you are into hypnotherapy?
I've been doing it for about 6 years now.
6 years. Oh, amazing, amazing. So, like, let us talk about the inner child because the main topic of this podcast is the inner child. But a lot of viewers like don't understand this term. So, can you please like let's start with the basic, and then we are going to deep down, advance, advance, and advance. So, let's get started. That what is the inner child? What is the meaning of this?
So the inner child is basically the younger versions of all of us, right?
Hmm.
Like you might be 32 today. So your inner child, in my opinion, is already the person that you were when you were 30. And there might have been something happening that made you feel a certain way and you never expressed it, right? Um, or when you were five, right? So, I mean, in that sense, it's inner adult or inner child, right? But I would do a lot with inner child work because it is so much more influential what happens to you when you're a child, right? And what happens, but even more how you respond to it and how you are able to respond to it.
Right.
So
This
that's
is
the inner,
true.
yeah, because it's we are still carrying all those younger versions in us. They don't just leave, right? If I'm five and I turn six, it's not that the 5-year-old me exits my body, it stays there. But if there has been something in that 5-year-old life that was traumatic, was somehow not ideal, made me believe a certain thing that doesn't really make sense, but in the motion of certain things I had to believe that to cope or to survive, then that'll stay with me until
Right.
I'm an adult.
100%, 100%. And do you know, Caroline, like when we were a child, like when we just like get started with our life, we were in school, like there is very big dreams that we want to achieve this, we want to do that. But slowly and slowly, like whenever you get matured, all of dreams like they just vanish because like there are a lot of responsibilities, there are a lot of things that comes to your way. So like how to have all those passion and the deep inside the things that you want to do because as you get older all of your dreams and all of the things that you want to achieve in your life slowly and slowly all those things are vanished. Like can you relate with that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very interesting question and a very interesting turn. I think I can relate to it to a certain extent personally. But I think dreams and desires can always change too, right? Um, I do believe in the inner child work. We can definitely see that, whatever excited you as a child already, or you were passionate about, usually you don't lose passion, but you could transition or transform it. Um, but I assume, some people here, okay, this is just a dream, right? This is not something you can do with your life,
Dude,
right?
100%.
And
Yeah.
then they might just give up. Yeah. So that is what comes to mind for me now, right? And I
Yeah.
do work with that too. What I work a lot with the inner child, just to give a little insight on that, is when there's trauma happening, right? Where an inner child couldn't express what they really felt in that moment and couldn't stand up. But actually, now that you're asking me like that, right? It is actually exactly also the question you just said, because if I have a dream and I voice that out loud when I'm 5, for example, and my surrounding says, oh, you can't do this. This is ridiculous. This is not a job, or you'll never make a living with that, right? Then, of course, I'll also take that in as the reality. And then I
Hmm.
stop it, right? And suppress it. And I don't know, where does that go then, right?
Yeah, like let me give you an example. Let's say when I was a child, there was a big dream of mine that I am going to get some luxury cars. I'm going to get some BMW. I'm going to do this. And do you know, in my home, like when I was a child, like I was very young, so like there was a pictures of like luxury cars. I have put it in my walls, and there were a lot more things that I was thinking that I'm going to achieve that, and that was a different level of passion that I have in my childhood. But slowly and slowly, when you get older, like the dreams vanish because all of the people in your surrounding say that no, this is not going to happen. This is just
Mm,
looking easy, but this is not too easy to do that. This is not a joke. So like automatically the passion that you have in inside, that vanish. So like this is just an example. Now I think you
mhm.
can relate more.
Yeah, I can relate more. That's wow, interesting. Yeah. Hmm. Well, I guess that's, I don't know how it happened with you or how it progressed with you, but I would say, yeah, that's interesting. That's not so. That's not really what I work with the inner child, but I definitely want to open. I want to expand
Yeah.
and open
No,
questions you
this is
have.
just a question that I have, like that many of the viewers have. So this is just a chit chat
Yeah,
type of thing. I want to know
yeah,
your opinion on this. That
yeah.
why slowly and slowly we are so much influenced by the environment. Then we
Mhm.
change the mind, we change the inner child, we change the passion that we have.
I mean, I do think because we are right, we are depending on the people that surround
Right.
children, right? So we believe that they are right, and it gives us a certain safety feeling, right? Because if I,
100%.
they don't know anything and they don't know, right? Then I don't feel safe or loved, right? So when they tell me a certain thing, or when the people that care for me tell me, I'll take it in, right? Especially until 7 years old, we are in this brainwave that we are usually when we are in hypnotherapy, right? That's why we are very susceptible in this state, right? So I think, yeah, it's very powerful
Yeah.
when somebody tells us something at that age. So that's just, I think that's really, like you said, I mean, it's not chit chat, but it's very simple, a very simple reason, actually.
Yeah.
But then it's also like, do you stay, right, defeated maybe in that sense? Or does it come back when you get older and say, no, I wanted that? And my
Hmm.
said it's not possible. But now I just want it. And I'm sure I wouldn't want it if I couldn't have it, right?
Yeah.
Because there are sayings, and once we are not only surrounded and taking in from our caregivers, I mean, there's Goethe, right, that says everything that you have ever dreamt of doing or wished of doing, right, this desire, it wouldn't be in there you if if there was not the way to do it, right? Why would it be in you?
Right. Right.
But I think it can be very shattering, right, when you hear that. But I think there are people, right, that say, okay, they say no, but I'm still gonna do it. Or others that say,
Hmm.
I guess
100%.
I can't do it, right?
Totally beautifully answered, beautifully, so amazing. Thank you so much for that. And let's go more ahead. And like, there are some common beliefs that people have in their childhood. There are some common things that most of the people like usually hear from their parents, from the surroundings. There are some common beliefs that like money is not the thing that comes easily, or money is type of something type of a problem. Some people say that money is type of evil, or there are a lot of things, there are a lot of common beliefs that people have in their childhood. So like, how to overcome those beliefs, and what are those like, what are those common beliefs?
Hmm. Overcoming, right? With hypnotherapy, you can overcome any belief, right? Because you go to the
Hmm.
sub and some common beliefs. I mean, I don't know, right? I work with my clients and a lot of them. So I don't know if there's any common thing because I've heard a lot of things, but I definitely heard, yeah, money is like the root of evil, right?
Yeah.
Rich people are not happy. We are happy, but they are rich, but they are not happy, right? Which is not true, right? Because rich people can be happy, poor people
Yeah.
can be happy, rich people can be unhappy, poor people can be unhappy. So there's really, right, we usually get the beliefs that our the people before us formed or were told to believe, right? And often it's not because they looked around and examined, but often it's because they had to believe certain things to not feel so bad about their situation, right?
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Kid, oh, you know, rich people, they are unhappy. We are poor, but we are happy. It makes me
Yeah.
probably feel I tell that to my son, right? Whereas I could also say, well, we don't have that much money, but we make the best out of it, right? Or whatever I could say, right? Um, but what I definitely see with people that want to work on that money topic is that it's often a very big one. And people think, oh, if I just, I mean, everything that you want, right? It's always like, oh, if I just have this money, if I just have that much money, then my life would be perfect. And that's
Right.
not the case. The only thing that would change is you would have more money, which is important, right? But that's the only thing. People think, oh, if I have more money, I'm gonna have a better relationship. I'm with my partner. I'm gonna have this better, this better, this better, and that usually doesn't happen, right? Because
100%.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but some common beliefs. Sorry, coming back because I feel like I didn't answer your question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is like money is evil, right? Or never bring money in between friends, and I think that's
Right.
just stupid belief. Like, I mean, I have borrowed money to my friends. I have, well, lent, right? That's the word in English. And they have lent money to me. And the friendships have
Hmm.
grown deeper through that, right? So um, I think that's a very common belief, right? And
Right. Right. Right.
totally respect it, right? Some people really say, no, friends and money don't mix. And so there are, yeah, that's a very common, no matter where, really, that I see in every culture, that belief, for example, or that, yeah, it's hard to make money, right?
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah. For making money, you have to do hard work, but it
Oh,
also required the smart work.
exactly. And I that's something. So I have a almost 6-year-old son. I always tell him, no, it's not hard. It's not. It doesn't need to be hard. I mean, if you want it hard, then make it hard, and you can have it hard, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to be hard. I don't know,
Hmm.
but I do not believe it does have to be hard to make money.
Yeah,
Some
it's not easy. You have to be smart. You have to understand. You have to like get a problem of particular person, solve the problem. Money is in your table, so it's not too hard. And like, as you told me that you're working with lots of clients, you have lots of clients where you are helping them to like with their inner child. So can you share some of the stories, like how they get help, or how they improve their life by working on their inner child and manifestation? Some
so that's my
stories if you want to share.
yeah, that's my favorite topic at the moment because it's really so powerful. And like I said, money is one issue I work with, but way more I work with traumatic childhood experiences that
Right.
have to be more childhood experiences that leave people with low self-esteem, with believing they have no self-worth, and so on.
Yeah.
And work is so powerful because if you go back, right? So in hypnosis, it's usually a 3 hour session. You go into the subconscious with one or two questions. It could be, okay, why do I block myself from an easy life or from a
Right.
easy light life? Why do I why do I why don't I love myself, right? For example, why
Mm.
don't I feel like I'm enough? And then pictures come up, right? Scenes come up of the past. And
Yeah.
often, like pictures where somebody tells you, because they themselves don't feel they love themselves or something, tells you, oh, you're not going to amount to anything. Oh my God, you just did this wrong again. Ah, like all those things that often just show the insecurity of the person that says it, right? But as a child, we take that in and we take it personal and we integrate it into our own, right? And in that work, and I can't say it enough, it's so powerful. You go back to that child, you feel that
Yeah.
child, and
Mm-hmm.
you see the person that told you those things, right? And
Yes.
you know what? It made me feel really small. It made me feel bad that you said
Mm-hmm.
that. And now I'm an adult, and now I see it was your issue. It was your issue of insecurity. It was your issue of not loving yourself. It was your issue of not feeling enough. And I'm going to give you that back. And then I'm going to invite my clients, I'm inviting them to give it back in form of a suitcase or a bag or whatever comes to mind. And you really give that back. And the words are so powerful when they come out. It's like you as a 5-year-old say it, although now you might be 30 and you say it, but it's as powerful. And it's really changing everything up until now. It's like you're changing the 5-year-old actually, or 10-year-old or whatever. I don't know why I use five now a lot. But in that moment where you say that, right? Because you never had the chance to say that, because those words, like nobody gave you the space to say that, right? When somebody tells you, oh, you're never gonna amount to anything, they're not gonna tell you, oh, or what is your opinion? Or do you think, right? Usually they don't give you a space where you can say whatever you
Right.
want to say. So you saying that changing everything. I recently had a person where whom I helped to lose weight, right?
Okay.
And with pictures came up of his mother showing him love mainly when he
Mm.
finishes. Oh, I'm so proud of my son. He finished the plate. He ate all the food. She gave him a smile, a loving smile when she
Yeah.
gave him the food, right? He felt like he was loved when he ate, when he finished the plate, right? And he had to finish the plate, right? That's also one of the things that is very common in the generation. Maybe
100%.
not
Yeah.
so much. I don't tell my son that either, but just him as that little boy saying to his mom, oh, I wish you would have shown me love in different ways and not only when we gave me food, right? But
Hmm.
now I'm going back. I know you loved me, even if you only could show it to me through food. Maybe because your parents showed it to you through food only,
Right.
right?
Right.
By just announcing the truth, right? And the truth is so powerful in that, right? You just say it and it's gone, like it's out of your life. And he lost weight like automatically, because that's just a belief that he shed, and now he has a different belief. Now he knows he is loved even if he doesn't finish his plate,
Yeah.
even chooses what he eats, right?
Right.
So all those things that we know as smart adults, we know that. But
Yeah.
the thing is,
There are some
why?
beliefs. Yeah.
Yeah, set in emotion, right? Because really most of my clients are super smart, right? But they're like, why can't I? Like, I did so many things, I achieved so many things. Why can't I achieve this little thing? Why can't I eat less? Why can't I believe in myself? Why can't I have a good, healthy, loving relationship? Because you still have those unconscious, subconscious, not unconscious, sorry, subconscious patterns that hold you back, that tell you something else. So it's really transforming those patterns.
100%. 100%. It is very important to understand that what is your belief, and before doing anything, just use the word why, that why I'm doing this, why this is the thing that I want to do.
This is powerful. Thank you. Yeah. That's such a good thing. Just stop and ask why. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Thank
like there was a like I have done a podcast recently, and there was a girl. She told me that there is a formula. If you are doing anything in your life, just do STD. That is that think. Sorry, stop, think, and direct yourself before doing anything in your life, before taking any type of decisions in your life. Just use this term STD. The STD is stop, then think, and then direct yourself. And this is a
Mm-hmm.
game changer. Like it will transform the decisions that you are taking, it will transform the things that you are doing. And before doing anything, just think that, is this the thing that I seriously want to do? Or like, is this the thing that I'm just doing in the pressure of someone? So
Yeah,
like I love that term, and that is a term that I am also using right now by in my life.
amazing. I love that term. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, let's go more like let's also talk about manifestation, because it is also very very important in today's life. Like people are not able to understand the power of this term. It is very fancy in the market, but in reality people don't understand that what is manifestation. Like what I think is that there are billions of galaxies in the universe. There are billions of galaxies. In that billions of galaxies, there is one galaxy that is Milky Way. And in that particular galaxy, we have a planet that is Earth. And in that particular planet, we are a person. So, what we are nothing. We are just
Mm-hmm.
a dot. We are just a dot and nothing. And we are like visualizing, and we are like asking the things from the universe. And then you can understand the power of the universe, because we are nothing in front of the universe. We are just a dot, nothing else. So now I can understand the how powerful is universe. Like we can achieve anything we want. So what do you think, and uh, how do you define the word manifestation? What do you understand from this term?
Um, I love the introduction into this now. I understand really what comes to mind when you say manifestation. I think of creation, right? Because especially when you say we are just a thought, you're right. We
Yeah.
give, right? We are giving our life the meaning we give, right? With our brain. Like we consciously give that meaning, right? And manifestation, in my understanding, is, and I'm still learning and want to understand it better.
Yeah.
And but
As a human, we should always learn and grow.
yeah, I really believe it's, that deep desire that comes from your heart, that you want to create something, that you want to do something. And then, of course, also taking action steps. But sometimes, and I'm sure you've been in that situation, you don't know what the next step is to help you get there.
Hmm.
Just manifesting in the sense of like visualizing, believing that this is has no other way of than to happen because you feel it inside already, right? Because everything that is created by humanity is created out of nothing, right?
Hmm.
If you if you create a baby, if you create an artwork, if you create a podcast, it's basically from nothing you're making something, right? And for that to happen, I think there's always manifestation involved, if you are aware of it or not, right? Some people might not be aware of it, but they might have still used it because I
Yeah,
think it
100% agree.
that way. Yeah, knowing that knowing also, right, and visualize, because I think really,
100%.
yeah, if you, yeah, that was not one line, but that's my concept how I see
Huh.
manifestation, especially nowadays, right? What I think sometimes is, I mean, I'm often on social media, right? We get really distracted sometimes, right? And to nowadays, it's already harder, I feel, at least for me it is, and I know some people for whom it is too, to really stay focused also on those things that you want to manifest, right? Because
Right.
we
It's a
scroll
big
and we
problem.
this is interesting and this is interesting. Oh my God. And I'm passionate for this. And I mean, there can be a lot of interests happening in front of your eyes, but what are you really focused on? So focus, right, is important for manifestation, right? Because
Hmm.
that's what.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
we also wanted to know that, like in today's date, there are lots of distraction. Before,
Mhm.
there was no mobile phone, there was nothing else, so we were totally focused on the things that we want to do. But nowadays, there are lots of things that are happening in people's life. There are lots of distraction. There is social media, Reels, Instagram, YouTube. Like the time is running more faster and more
Mm.
faster, because we start the morning with the mobile phone. Like most of the people, we are not talking about ourselves, we are talking about the people. Like they start the like routine with the mobile phone, they start scrolling the reel, 1 hour went away. After that they go to YouTube or something, 2 hours vanish. So like this, like time is running faster, people are distracted, and even the algorithm of this social media and the algorithm of this mobile phone works like this, that it is a addiction for the people. People are just stuck in a loop and just like wasting their time. So in this era, to be focused on your goal and visualize the things that you want is very hard, it's very difficult. So as you are coaching a lot of people, can you tell us some of the strategies that we can use to be focused?
Yeah. So the most powerful thing is always the a ritual, right? I mean, rituals are part of humanity, right?
Right.
Since humanity exists, but they are, I feel like they are vanishing a little bit with social media, right? Because
Right.
rituals are okay, you're eating dinner at 7 every day with your family, could be a ritual, right? So consistency is the most important key. So sorry, I'm not trying to go distractingly here too, but rituals like sit down in the morning for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, and reaffirm the goals, or sit in front of your vision board and look at that, right? Or just know, and what steps are you going to take today towards that, right? So give that 10 or 20 minutes of your day, maybe longer if you can, but like focus, center yourself in that, right? So
Hmm.
that's really my advice, to really consistency, right? There's this study that I really don't know who did it. I should
Yeah.
be better about that, but it's so powerful. It talks about relationships and what makes relationships work. And I always say it is relationships between two people, but also relationship with yourself. And it talks about depth and consistency are the main two factors. And depth, yeah, consistency, right, is exactly that. Am I showing up for myself every day, right? Or am I just doing it when I'm feeling good? Or when I feel like, oh, I've forgotten my goal. I need to go back now, right? Let me refresh it. Because consistency you can trust, right? A friend that tells you, I'm going to text you tomorrow, I'm going to call you, and they really do that, you can trust that, right? And yeah, they do that consistently and also follow up on what they say, right? I mean, saying doing what you say is not consistency. That is has to do more with being true to yourself and to others. But that's also one of those things. So really, yeah, coming back in a short way is like a ritual, whatever
Right.
that
I
is.
totally understand that. Yeah. And Carolina, like we also wanted to know something about, like, you are coaching a lot of people, you are helping people out. So like if any of our viewers wants to connect with you, so like how can you help them out?
Mm-hmm. So I just need to say now, I'm sorry, I might have communicated that I'm not a coach. I'm a hypnotherapist, and
Yeah,
so I
I'm so sorry.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah. No, I just want to make sure I'm yeah. I because I don't want to say anything that I'm not, right. So I'm not coaching. I'm supporting people, I would say. And yeah, you can basically type my name in, Carolina, Caroline with a K, Fisher, and you can Google me and find my page. I have one on Thumbtack, and I have a Google business. Um, it's
Yeah, I
called
can share the link in the description as well.
yeah, Thank you very much. Yeah. So
Amazing.
that.
So there is the last question that I like also wanted to ask you. This is the last question for the viewers who are watching this video. A person who have any kind of trauma, or the person who have any kind of like belief that they have in their childhood, so the best two strategies that you want to give them to overcome those beliefs and start manifesting the dreams that they want to achieve and
Hmm.
move forward in their life, the best two strategies for them.
I definitely would say hypnotherapy, anything that works subconsciously.
Right.
Because therapy in general, therapy is great, but to really
Right.
transform is important to get into your body, because you
Hmm.
can't your mind, you're gonna spin it around and around and around. And the support system. If you have good friends around, right, that are here for you, that tell you, no, it's not like that. If you play the old patterns, oh, I'm worth nothing. No, you're not, right? Like, that are there consistently again, that's amazing, right? So support. I definitely believe in support in general, that you need people around you to help you. I think it's very hard. I'm not saying you can't, but I think it's very hard and also lonely to transform that yourself.
Right, right, right. And hypnotherapy is the best thing that you can do to like break or remove any type of beliefs that you have.
In my
Yeah.
opinion, experience it is, or anything, right, that goes subconsciously. Like, I
Right.
really, for the needle change started to move when I started doing hypnotherapy. Um, there's also exercise that I got from a book by Zultrim Alione, who is an
Yeah.
American woman that went to Tibet and learned from Tibetan nuns. And that's also an exercise that works with your subconscious and works with your shadow side. Also very powerful. But I would say everything that goes into subconscious, that goes into your body, because you can't heal from your mind. You can only theoretically understand, right?
Right.
That's why often have like, oh, so much awareness. I know this about myself. I know this, but I can't make the transition in my life, right? In my actions, in my words, in my so really getting
Right.
it into.
100%. 100%. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was amazing. Like today we had a wonderful session with you. Today we have talked about a lot of things, and this was amazing. Like thank you so much for your time.
Oh, it was so amazing for me. Thank you so much. You're such a bright spirit. Thank you. I loved it.
Thank you so much once again. And guys, if you want a part two of this session, you can just comment it down in the chat box as well. And there is a like you can also let us know the best topics, the best thing that you have learned from this podcast. And if you have any questions, you can just type it down in the comment section. If you want to meet and if you want to connect with Carlene, you can just go to the description, find out all the links of her social media, and just drop a DM. So thank you so much once again, Carolina. This was amazing.